Welcome to where I put my second grade drawing skills to poor use. And today we're going to talk about the Toyota War. And no, I'm not talking about the never-ending price war between Toyota and Honda. Rather, I'm talking about the last phase of the Chad-Liberian conflict. You must be asking yourself the question, the what now? Allow me to enlighten you, dear viewer. But first, a bit of context. In 1983, Chad was sitting minding their own business, though not really, when Libya showed up and was like, hey, I'm taking this bit of land you guys have because your president is illegitimate. And they stationed rebels in the northern part of the country. And Chad was having none of it. So they were like, hey Libya, how about you shove those rebels up here? Just kidding. They called Papa France for help, who were like, sure, I will help you get rid of those pesky Libyans. Sorry, I don't know why I just did that. That was not even a French accent. That was like Italian or Russian or something. Never mind. Anyway, this resulted in the drawing up of the Franco-Libyan Agreement of 1984, according to which Libya had to withdraw its forces from Chad. And they respectfully complied with the agreement. Except, of course, they didn't. It's friggin' Gaddafi land. What did you expect? And the rebel station in Chad did not move. Chad strengthened themselves with Western support as the rebels stationed in northern Chad were weakened due to rebellions within the rebel groups. Ironic. But while this was happening, Gaddafi expanded infrastructure in northern Chad and brought in reinforcements from Libya for the impending Chadian attack. The attack which started the war started on the 10th of February 1986, and fast forward to 1987, the last year of the war, and the Libyan Expeditionary Force was still impressive with 8,000 troops and 300 tanks. However, it had lost the key support of its Chadian allies who provided assault infantry. This set the stage for the Grand Toyota War. The Chadian forces were more powerful than ever, especially after the French forces gifted them 400 Toyota pickup trucks. The Chadians attacked the Libyan communications base in Fada in northern Chad, and taking advantage of their better knowledge of the terrain, they surrounded the Libyan troops and absolutely obliterated them. In this particular attack, 784 Libyans were killed, while only 50 Chadians were killed. Gaddafi, rather than following the logical route of withdrawing the troops, instead bombed the city of Arada in Chad. And like the Chads they are, Chad pun, get? Sorry. Chad retaliated brutally by capturing the main Libyan airbase of Udi Doum, or however you pronounce it. The Chad forces were smaller than the Liberian forces, but they were able to defeat them by using machine guns mounted on top of, you guessed it, Toyota trucks. And in August 1987, the unstoppable Chadians carried their offensive into the disputed Ouzou Strip, which was basically a barren piece of land, occupied the town of Ouzou, following another battle in which the Libyans, surprise surprise, suffered severe losses in troops and abandoned equipment. While all this was going down, people back in Libya were like, hey Gaddafi, over 5,000 of our people have died. Can't you just, let it go? And Gaddafi, like Elsa in Frozen, did let it go, after 1,000 more soldiers died in another conflict. A ceasefire deal was signed on the 11th of September, and in May of next year, Gaddafi finally recognized the Chadian government and its president's legitimacy as a gift to Africa. And if there's one thing we can learn from this protracted conflict in which the blood of over 9,000 men was spilled, it's that Toyota pickup trucks are more badass than people think they are.